fades and blades. Health and safety is always paramount when doing any service in barbering. So remember, always wear gloves, dispose of blades in yellow sharps box, use one blade per person, make sure your areas are always clean and tidy, position yourself and your client correctly, and most importantly of all, always carry out a thorough consultation. This is agreement between you and your client so you know exactly what they're having. Gloves. Before even thinking about reaching for a razor, you need to put on a pair of gloves. Wearing gloves dramatically reduces the risk of cross-infection. If you learn shaving with gloves, it will soon become second nature. So what we're saying by that is if you wear gloves from the very start, you will just reach for the gloves all the time when you're about to do a shave. A good tip is wear tight-fitting gloves as they are much better feel and sensation. With the razor, always remember this slogan that we say at Mike Taylor Education. One man, one blade, regardless the amount of use. It is good practice to put your new blade on in front of the client so they are confident about your health and safety. Always dispose of the blades properly in a labelled yellow sharps box. Using an open razor which takes everyday blades will keep your costs down. Another important part of health and safety is clipper maintenance. A good quality pair of clippers will save you a lot of time and money, and they should be an investment. Make sure you keep your clippers clean, check the blades are aligned properly and oil regularly. Always clean your clippers in front of the client. Tools and equipment. Clippers. These are used to remove bulk. In general, grades increase by the length of 3mm. There is usually a lever that makes the blade go up and down, that increases the length to a half a grade. Trimmers, in general, used for tapering or outlining, particularly good for removing hair outside the hairline as they cut closer and are finer than clippers. T-liners, mostly used for hair tattooing, shaping up and creating sharper hairlines as they create sharper, crisper lines than trimmers. Foil shavers, great to use for finishing fades, similar to what you would get if you used a razor on your fade. Razor, mainly used for shaving facial hair and neck hair, although they are currently commonly used to shape up and create bald fades. Blades, it is good practice to change your blade in front of your client so they can be confident you are following health and safety. Always remember, dispose of the blade in the yellow sharps box. Fade brushes. These are great to use for fades, to remove dirt, see any hairs that you have missed so you can get the perfect fade. The fade haircut originated from the 1940s and 50s when military men returned from war. Probably the most popular haircut in barbering today, and a really good haircut for us as a lot of fades return weekly or fortnightly. A fade haircut is close to the scalp at the sides and back and progressively gets longer or fades up to most any length on the top of the head. Here is a glossary of some different fades. As you can see, there's a high fade, a mid fade, a low fade, a drop fade, where you can see the hair is coming down to the temples, the bald skin fade, where the fade is taken to nothing, and a temple fade, where the temples and generally the nape is slightly faded. Techniques. Start with firmer pressure at the base of the hairline and gradually become more gentle and finish by slightly flicking out the clippers. This will help to reduce the visible line and therefore make your job easier. A lot of people come to me and they ask, what way do you fade? What way should you fade? There is hundreds of different ways to fade, but it's always good when you're learning to stick to one way that your teacher is teaching you, and then once you've smashed that way, you can learn all the different ways. In general, most barbers will either like to work down the grades or they would like to work up the grades. But like I say, there is no set way to fade. So follow your tutor and learn the way that they tell you to fade. And once you have mastered that way, then maybe try different things you've seen. Shape up, edge up, line up. Using detailers or a razor, line up around the circumference of the haircut and sharpen the finished result. Holding a razor. Hold the razor in your dominant hand. The other hand is the most important as it's used to stretch the skin. Your thumb should be on the underside. Your index finger and ring finger should be on the top. The handle should be in between your ring finger and little finger. Please look at the picture. Choice of razor and choice of blades. There is so many different types of razor out there on the market, as are there blades. Please spend your time doing your research and looking around and trying different types and see what type works for you. Lining out a beard. This has become a really popular service in the barbershop, to the point of a lot of my clients are now having haircuts and having their beard lined out, which means double money. So it's something that's pivotal that you learn how to do it well in the barbershop, because it means you can reduce your clientele by half. When you are lining out a beard, make sure you recline the chair properly. You start at the neckline in the center and work your way to either side. Always check in symmetry in the mirror. Use hot and cold towels to make the service more luxury. And like I say, beards have been around now and in fashion for the last 10 years, and they're not going anywhere. And this is a service that is a must to be offered in barbershops. To be able to shave with or against the grain, you must identify the direction of hair growth. Shaving with the grain will give you a comfortable, close shave. This should always be done on the first shave. Shaving against the grain produces a closer shave and is usually used for the second shave. This technique is more likely to cause skin irritation, so check the client's skin sensitivity to ensure that their skin can handle a second shave.